Hi people, it's me Anja. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. Today's video is my 2020 reading wrap up because I indeed read 403 books in 2020. So if you think the title of this video is clickbait, it isn't, because I indeed read 403 books in 2020, which means yes, I read more books than I did in 2019, and yes, I read more books this past year, than there are days in 2020. So yeah, before I get into like my monthly stats or anything like that, I would like to clarify a few things. First of all, I'm a fast reader. We all know that I read really fast. I don't really know why. I don't really want to classify myself as a savant or anything like that, because A, I know that that's a stereotype for autistic people, and B, I don't want to stereotype myself, because since it's a stereotype for other autistic people like myself, I don't want to say that I'm a savant, because I don't know if I actually am one, because I don't know if I would just be stereotyping myself, if that makes any sense. Basically, yeah, I'm a fast reader. Second of all, I read more this year because A, quarantine resulted in more needs to escape, especially with everything that happened in 2020, particularly to the black community that affected me, particularly all the performative allyship that I experienced on BookTube. We hate to see it. So all those things that happened this past year resulted in me needing more opportunities to escape, and I use books for comfort and escapism, so I needed to read more, and I did. And B, I didn't set a numerical goal in 2020, so I just read what I wanted when I wanted. So it was great. I will not be setting a numerical goal for 2021 because, again, I want to read what I want when I want. I don't want to feel obligated to complete any books. And also, speaking of completing books, the 403 number is only the books that I completed. I do not keep track of the books that I DNF'd. And also, speaking of numbers, the third thing that I wanted to say is that sometimes I omitted books every once in a while from recent reads videos. For example, Legendborn written by Tracy Dion. I read that book in like October, I think. I think it's the book that I started October with, but I never mentioned it in a recent reads video or anything like that because that book was so disappointing that I just didn't want to talk about it in a recent reads video, so I didn't. So yeah, I had to add that in case people wanted to go through my recent reads videos from late January to now and like count up all the books or something like that, because you will discover if you do all that math that those numbers don't add up to 403, because like I said, I omit some books from recent reads videos because they're just so disappointing that I just don't want to talk about them. Legendborn being an example. And also, I also reread some books in 2020 which are included in that 403 number, but again, for the most part, I didn't include books that I reread in those recent reads videos, except for I think my first recent reads video, where I reread the thing about jellyfish, I think. Anyway, so just want to get those four main things out of the way before I really get into my monthly stats. So like I said, for 2020, I did not set a numerical reading goal because I set a numerical reading goal for 2019 and I didn't really enjoy doing that. So long story short, I didn't set one for 2020 and I'm not going to set one for 2021. I feel like this video is going to be really repetitive, but anyway, the point is I'm really satisfied with my 2020 reading year. I wasn't really expecting to actually hit 400. I was thinking that I was going to hit like 360 or something like that because I knew that I could do it, you know what I mean? So yeah, there's that. Let's just get into my yearly reading stats. Most of these stats are accumulated from Goodreads. My Goodreads account is in the description below in case you're interested. Anyway, let's just get into it. So, like I said at the beginning of this video, like it says in the title of this video, I did indeed read 403 books, and also I keep looking down at my notebook here because that's when I've written down all the stats. Anyway, the amount of pages that I read in 2020 was 136,039 pages. That's a lot of pages. My average book length was 337 pages, and my average rating was 3.4. That doesn't really surprise me because since I read so many books, maybe like a third of them actually were 4 stars and 5 stars. So it doesn't really surprise me that my average rating was only 3.4. I don't remember if that's higher Then 2019, oh well, I think it was probably higher because honestly, quality-wise, since I didn't have a numerical goal and since I didn't feel obligated to complete books, I had a much better year reading-wise in 2020 than I did in 2019. So, yay. Here's to 2021. Anyway, of my favorite books of 2020, which will be not my next video, but my one after that, I have 20 favorite books of 2020 because I rated 20 books 5 stars in 2020. So that video is going to be really long. Yay! I'm not excited to film it, but I am excited to get it out. I'm just nervous to film it because I know that it's going to be really long because, like I said, I have 20 books to talk about. But anyway, of my favorite books of 2020, 2 books have black main characters, 2 have disabled main characters, 2 books have Asian main characters, and 7 books have queer main characters. I put this stat together myself because everybody who comes to my subscription box and subscribes to me always comments that I'm a diverse reader, which thank you so much. But also looking at this stat, I realized that I'm not as a diverse reader as people think I am. Only 2 of the 25-star books I read last year had black main characters. Come on! That is so disappointing to look at. And I really want to read more diversely next year than I did this year. This past year. I'm filming this the 2nd, so it's still hard to remember that it's 2021 now and no longer 2020. Which sounds weird since 2020 was such an awful year. I know that so many people want to put it behind them. Anyway, the point is, those are my reading stats. But now we're going to go through my monthly stats. So for these monthly stats, I went from worst to best in quantity. But at the end, I'll go through them in quality. Because honestly, the quality of these books is way more important than the quantity. But yeah, and also, like I said in the beginning, I really wanted to reiterate that I'm a really fast reader, so I understand that my personal worst month of the year may be your best month of the year. So yeah, I really don't want anybody to feel bad about their reading year just because I read 403 books, because that is a colossal amount of books, even for me. So yeah, I don't want this video to come across as bragging or anything like that. This is just a fun video for me to share with you guys. So, anyway, let's just get into my monthly stats. My worst month of the year was February because I only read 19 books, which was 6,894 pages. I don't know what happened in February. It was right before COVID started, so I don't know what was going on. Anyway, in January, I read 25 books, which was 7,955 pages. Again, I don't know what happened in January. Maybe I just start off the beginning of the year as worse reading months than later months. I have no idea. Anyway, August I also read 25 books, which was 8,153 pages. This doesn't surprise me because in the middle of August I resumed school, and that was my first term going into the COVID-19 school year, so I didn't really know what to expect, especially towards the end of August, you know what I mean? So it doesn't really surprise me that I only read 25 books. Anyway, in March I read 28 books, which was 10,039 pages. That doesn't surprise me because March was when COVID started, so I was really getting settled into the whole new thing. And also I was sent home in March from school, so I didn't really have time to read because I had to do school online now instead of in person, which was harder to adjust to than I was anticipating. But anyway, after August, after March, in November I read 30 books, which was 10,038 pages. It surprises me that the 10,038 pages is really close to the 10,039 pages of the previous month, even though in November I read 30 books and in March I read 28. Isn't that weird? The two numbers of pages is really close, even though the amount of books is also really close, but also slightly different. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. But anyway, in September I read 31 books, which was 10,737 pages. In April I read 31 books as well, which was 11,153 pages. In December I read 36 books, which was 11,482 pages. In October I read 39 books, which was 12,329 pages. In July, I read 41 books, which was 13,228 pages. In May, I read 46 books, which was 16,261 pages. And in June, which was my best month quantity-wise, I read 52 books, which was 17,902 pages. So those are my monthly stats. Honestly, I'm not surprised that I read the most books in July, May, June, and April. And December and October. Because October was after like school resumed for my first term of my second year. But it was my second term of COVID-19 like schooling. You know what I mean? Because for me, quarantine started in March. And then it has extended all the way until now. So yeah, that doesn't really surprise me. And in December, like, I came home for winter break, so like obviously I had more time to read. So it doesn't surprise me that I hit 36 books last month, which was awesome. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that in May and June I read like the most, because in May and June I didn't have school anymore because school ended for me in the beginning of May. So yeah, anyway, those are my monthly stats. I really don't have anything else to share. With that, quality-wise, my best month was definitely September, because I read 3 of my favorite books of 2020 in September, so that was really nice. Anyway, like I said, for 2021, not only do I want to read more diversely, but also I want to read more than I ever have before. And what I mean by that is that even though I'm not going to set a numerical reading goal, what I want to do is to feel less guilty about rating books really high, and just feel less guilty about like DNFing books. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, there's that. That's my 2020 reading wrap up. Like I said in the middle of this video, I really don't want this video to come across the wrong way. I know that I'm a really fast reader, and I know that reading 403 books in 2020, when the year is only 365 days, is a colossal amount of books. And I never want to come across as like bragging or rubbing it in anybody's faces that I had an amazing reading year. And I understand that a lot of people didn't, because 2020 was awful. It was so bad for so many people. And some people didn't read at all, and some people had a really horrible reading year. And like I said, so many people want to put 2020 behind them, which is completely understandable. So I don't want to come across the wrong way in saying that I had such an amazing reading year, and I am so lucky and so privileged and so grateful that I had a really great reading year. So with that, here's to 2021. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below how you found my channel, because I've been getting a lot of new subscribers lately, and I want to know where all you people are coming from, because I am so grateful and so appreciative of all of you people. You guys are so nice and so supportive. So thank you so much. I will continue to be posting 3 times a week in 2021 on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!